Well, good morning again, guys. This is Rusty 78609 in Central Texas. Right now, I'm coming into Kingsland, Texas. Surprise, surprise, on Highway 1431. It is January the 22nd, 2017. Got it right that time, Cowboys. It's Sunday morning. A windy Sunday morning in Central Texas. Temperature 59. Top up degrees, too windy for a top down. And partly cloudy, winds dry, it's out of the northwest. Anytime you get wind out of the west anywhere, it is dry, dry, dry. So we got some dry wind blowing, and I'm headed back to my casa. For you people that don't speak Spanish, that means home. Mi casa is su casa, means my house is your house. But be that as it may, this Class C coming here has reminded me of what I'm going to talk about right here. Because my little mind never stops, never stops. It ain't got much in there to move, but it never stops. As I was out traveling in West Texas and over to Quartzsite and back on Interstate 10 and all the highways I was on, 2,460 miles, the last 60 miles came at the end, I saw every kind of RV that you could see. And I saw some very interesting looking Class C's that were about 21 feet long. And, they weren't super wide. They had a rear entrance, which I thought was neat. And I'm not sure what they're called because I didn't get the name. But the point of this video is to give you the future of this channel as best as I can. First of all, it's not going to be all that exciting because I'm not excited. It's not going to be high tech because I'm not high tech. So you're not going to have a lot of cute little graphics and things going on because I'm not going to do that. It'll just, and as far as a cute little catchy little introduction with a lot of music and crap, that ain't going to happen either. So the point of this video is to discuss, let's turn the clock forward 5 years. Okay, I'd be 76 years old. At age 76, assumption is the mother of all mistakes, and I know that. But assuming that at that time I still have my health, then I will probably buy me a Class C motorhome in very, very good condition because I like reliable vehicles. And I will discard my Prius or sell it outright, and I will sell my travel trailer. And with that cash, I will put some money down on the Class C, of course, and the rest of it I will put in the bank for those little things called emergencies. When the tires go bad and the belts go and the engine goes and all that stuff that can happen to a vehicle. And get me a Class C, a small one. And just live in the Class C full time and travel whenever I get the urge. If I want to go visit my sister, I can just get in my Class C and drive down and visit. And if I want to go visit my boys, I can just drive up and visit and have my house with me, all my privacy and all that stuff, because I have figured out some ways to avoid having to dump black water and stuff like that. Because you can use the toilet in a Class C just like I use the bucket in my Class P Prius, okay? Just put a liner in the toilet and then discard the liner in the appropriate place, okay? And use a little pee jug, and that way you don't fill up your black water tank. Continue to take showers with limited amounts of water, and so 20 or 30 gallon water holding tank would last for 2 weeks minimum. So I could go just about anywhere I wanted to go and stay for longer periods of time. Of course, I would add some solar, 200 watts, to keep the battery on the RV charged and to be able to watch or charge my laptop and or cell phone, etc. And as far as watching anything on like television, I would just watch it on my laptop or my smartphone. I don't care about a television at all. If If the TV is a smart TV, then okay, I'd use it. But as the refrigerator, of course, runs on propane, but the refrigerator still uses electricity because it's got the control panel that sucks up a lot of power, and it's also got an inverter that runs all the freaking time. And I'd have to figure out a way maybe to unplug that little booger, or see how that would work. I had to work on that. But be that as it may, the future is to move from a Class P to a Class C, I think, and not have a tow vehicle. And how would that work? Using a Class C motorhome as a personal vehicle for me. I have thought about it somewhat. Of course, I haven't done it, so I can't tell you from experience, but I can tell you from thinking about it. Where I live here in Central Texas to the nearest grocery store and back home is about 20 miles. To go to a nicer grocery store round trip is about 35 miles, okay? So assuming that the average trip for both of those comes out to be, say, 25 miles, assuming that I'd go to one store one time and one store the next time, okay? So that's 25. So I go to the grocery store, let's say, twice a week. So that's 50 miles a week, and then maybe one extra trip. Let's just make it 100 miles a week. That'd cover everything, okay? When I'm at my home base. That's 400 miles a month. And for round numbers, we'll use 10 miles per gallon, even though that's probably a little high, but we'll make that assumption, and then we can always modify it. So that'd be 40 gallons. That's, say, even at $2.50 a gallon, that's $100. I can live with that. As far as the payment on the Class C, you can buy a new one and finance. I think they'll finance it for 10 or 12 years. Do I care? No, not a bit. Because I'd be a payment buyer. If I could fit it into my budget, then I would do that. But anyway, we'd have to work it. But let's just say it's for a good unit, $350 a month, okay? For the payment on the RV. And then traveling, because I would travel more, so we'd have to add in at least an additional probably, let's just go high. Let's say we'd add another $300 a month for gasoline. Okay, that would be the extra cost of having the Class C. Okay, so could I do that? Well, I'd have a little savings from selling the Prius and the travel trailer and put down the minimum on the Class C so that my savings account would have some. So probably over a period of a year, I would diminish the savings account a little, okay? And I would have to plan it so that it would last about 10 years, because I figure by the time I reach, if I'm lucky, if I can be traveling up to age 85, I'd be tickled pink, really. But that would give me about 10 years of cruising around, going wherever the hell I wanted to, in somewhat more comfort, even though the Prius is okay and I do it fine now, and I'll do more of it in the next year or two. And but that's kind of where this is headed. And then as I was traveling, of course, I do videos, and everybody get to go along with me and see all the things I do right and do wrong, and the words I say right and words I say wrong, and the dates I get right and the dates I get wrong. In fact, somebody said, do I ever edit? I can't edit out words, okay? The only thing I can edit is, they give you 3 choices of the picture that's going to show up for your video, and sometimes all 3 of them are bad. So you got to pick the least of the worst, or the best of the worst. And then you can edit out the shakiness. You can also do some stuff with lighting, but very little, because the camera I use does not allow for it, because it's just a smartphone, and I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a camera that allows you to do all that cute little editing stuff, because I just don't make enough money off of YouTube to do it. That's the end of that poo-poo. And I wouldn't do it anyway, because I'm not in this to make a lot of money, and why invest a lot of money for no return. So, having said that, guys, from a Class C, from a Class P Prius, I don't know who coined that phrase, maybe it was one of my viewers, I'm sure it was, but to a Class C, yeah, I'll do that. I mean, it's kind of been my direction for a while, and you know, I'd have a bed, which would be nice. I could stand up in bad weather if it's raining, windy, cold, whatever, wherever I was. You know, if I get caught in bad weather, because that's going to happen. It happens in the Prius every now and then, not often. I usually try to go to spots where it's weather's nice, but you know, sometimes you can't avoid it. Sometimes a weather system comes in that covers hundreds of miles, and you can't get out of it. So, having said all that, my day will be spent now just dreaming about the Class C motorhome that I don't have and may never get. But you know, without dreams, the people perish. They're going to perish anyway, so why not dream? You know what I mean? Dream. I mean, why dream about buying a used Class C? Huh? I found a brand new one, believe it or not, for $49,000. It was regularly like 82, and for year end in January, they had marked them down to 49. You know, how much profit is in those things? You hear me? Anyway, I'm here. Let me stop this thing. But anyway, enjoy your day, folks. I'm at my home base. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy USA made when you can. Drink plenty of water, take deep breaths, stretch, walk for exercise, keep your health so you'll be around when I get my Class C a few years from today. And we'll go see the whole USA. No kidding. Why not? What else we got to do? Anyway, adios, guys. Bye-bye.